Rich Rising. So I'm going to try to keep this short because they are going to start mowing any second now. I put a reminder on my phone for Mondays. So I know that they're going to start any second now. So I always forget, and then I have to wait till almost like 10:30, 11 a.m. to actually make these without much noise. So envy is my thought of the day. Particularly, you know, as a gym girl who started from no muscle tone, all the insecurities, not knowing how to move in the gym. But this is just an example. There's a lot of good content out there spiritually about this. Some of my favorite comes from a Gemini, Teal Swan. She's controversial, of course, but some of her content is amazing as far as coherence is concerned and integration. If you're into integrating your ego instead of killing it, I highly recommend Teal Swan's work. Now, envy, I don't write these. I don't write any of these beforehand. This is just word vomit. So bear with me. Envy, as Teal Swan says it, is, and jealousy, a piece, are actually great tools that we can use, because if we're worried that we can't get something that somebody else has, it's a notification in our hearts, in our physical, in our spiritual, that these things are active in our vibration. We can have these things. It's just a matter of either time, development, perspective, or alignment, really. Allowing yourself to have them, not blocking your own blessings. Which is wild because we get so stuck in thinking so-and-so has this over me, you know, especially people we deem to be less quality humans than us if they're better off than we are. Because they cut corners. And it's like, well, shit, I'm a good person and I don't have that shit. And they're lying, cheating, and stealing to get what they have, and my God, look at how they're flourishing. You know, stuff like that. These paradoxes we get stuck in as human beings. So back to the gym example. All right. So we see, as other women, we're starting out in the gym specifically, other women as threats. And I never quite understood that, especially in the commercial gym culture, where we have examples of Instagram bodies everywhere. And, you know, you might not be starting from that. And I've even had experiences with these girls with perfect bodies coming up to me being nasty nice, backhanded complimenting me and making me feel fat and ugly and like I have no business being there. There's a lot of mean girl shit going on, and I've never been good at making friends in the ladies' bathroom, I'll tell you that. Oh my God, not again? I swear to God. My setup is so janky, guys. There. Okay. Anyway, Mean Girls. It's non-scripted. Mean Girls. Oh my God. Why is this like this? Sorry about my time today. Like, this is literally not usually a problem, but my energy is so crazy. I'm probably doing this myself. No lie. I have a little baby filter on today. I don't have any makeup on yet, but I will in a few minutes. I was just in a rush. Mean girls. Who are nice to your face, but actually don't like you. Oh my God. Why is this happening every time I say mean girls? Frenemies. People who pretend to be nice to your face, but actually wish you harm. Okay, nothing's falling over. I grew up with this energy where people will say they love you to your face and treat you like shit. Women are great at this. It's a form of manipulation. And it hurts because you never feel like you can really trust somebody who's actually trying to reach out in a heart-to-heart conversation. The mother wound goes so deep. And I feel, in a lot of ways, this comes from our parents, where we feel like there's things that we aren't allowed to have when it comes to good things. Because we were trained for survival. So we all have been ingrained in lack consciousness. And we feel like there's only so much of the pie for everybody. And I don't know why that translates to the gym, but it does. Like, everybody has a buildable body. Not everybody has the same, body fat ratios. People carry their weight differently because everybody has a different style, shape, frame, physiology. But they're all buildable. And they're all improvable. So everybody's in there for the same thing. There's no understand why people will be mean to other people trying to stay in their own lane like that, but it's because they see something in you that's threatening. Now, you might see their cute little body and think, man, they have everything. They probably even have a promo code. Sometimes I'll joke with my girlfriends, like, these are promo code hoes. They're just cheap, there for attention, and I've even swung on that side of judgmentalism, and it's like crazy in the past. Like, I think I've been working in gyms and being around gyms long enough to have a lot of that fall away and see it for what it is. But other people have to deal with this constantly, and it's still fresh in their auras as a sore spot. There is no lack like we think there is lack. The lack is here. If we would only realize how abundant energy is, how influential our decisions towards satisfaction and discipline will change outcomes. You don't have to go into the envy where you just feel those bad feelings about it. It can actually drive you forward and be an encouragement for you if you let it. If you start to feel a pang of jealousy, just know, or envy, those things are absolutely something you can achieve. You have to put your mind to it and maybe a little elbow grease, but you can do it. It's really crazy because those people with perfect bodies or perfect images or perfect situations that we often envy have their own subset of insecurities, things they feel like they lack, things they want to improve on. And truly, envy is just a little demon that likes to visit everybody with lies about the situations as they are. Nobody has it perfect. Nobody has things just handed to them. I mean, maybe nepotism does exist. Being raised in very wealthy families and being taken care of and provided for does exist. But that doesn't mean you can't have that too. If you feel contrary to the other, if you feel such a rejection of the idea that you can be privileged as well, then you need to do work on what you're blocking for yourself. That's entirely up to your perspective and your level of creating the dream in your mind. If you've listened to the 4 agreements, we are in the mitote. We are in the daydream or the night dream, whatever you want to call it. We are stuck in the dreaming state, and we don't really see what the truth is. And all we need to do is wake up to what our truth is. And that's part of what envy is. I always tell people, like, everybody is so self-involved at the gym. They're all fucking twacked out on pre-workout. They're all posing in the mirror to look at their form and their progress, not yours. Unless you're doing some weird ass shit like you see in those memes in Planet Fitness or whatever, like, unless you're being really fucking weird and might be hurting yourself any minute now, you know what I mean? Like, you're pretty good. You're probably not going to get much attention. Don't worry about those mean girls. Don't worry about people playing in your face with what they have, especially if they're pieces of shit. Don't mind people grinning in your face like the song says. Psalm 23 is real. Claim it. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. But you have to walk through the valley of the shadow of death first. There's a long line of verses in between this and that with the table and the enemies. Like, read the whole thing. But it's a promise, and it's also something you can use as magic in your life. Are they really your enemies, or do you just think you can't have what they have? You know what I mean? Like, really, what is an enemy? Somebody who actively wishes you harm? Sure. Somebody who actually throws stumbling blocks in front of your path? Sure. But keep in mind, hate and love is the same vibration. So if you find yourself going into hatred, it is a 180-degree line. There's just polar opposites. There's love and hatred, and they're just the same 180-degree line. They're just opposites. So it goes both ways, man. If you're feeling hatred and tension and envy and all that shit, put your mind back on love. Put your mind back on grace. Put your mind back on compassion. Put your mind back on the fact that everybody has insecurities and everybody has trauma and everybody has abuse in their past. You have no idea where people are coming from. You don't know how damaged people are on the inside if they look perfect from the outside. You don't know why they work out, what got them into the gym in the first place, what kind of shit happened, you know? So, envy's weird, is my point, I guess. I'm just thinking thoughts. This is Gemini season. I have so much mental activity right now. I thought about shaving my head so many times, you guys. A buzz cut feels so fucking good. I used to do it for like about 5 years-ish. Like late teens, early 20s. Somebody fucking stop me. Take all this off. But it's I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that now, Mom. Anyway. I'm going to stop this video before I get stopped by the weed eaters and the lawnmowers. I got to put a face on. I got a little girls' day excursion. That's right. Me and my bestie are going on an adventure, so. I woke up, I had no idea what my day was going to be like. Thought I was just going to hit my routine. I got a little bit more than that, so. I like adventures. I like being spontaneous. I like coming back home and being in bed by 9 p.m. Anyways. I love you guys. Maybe I'll share a little bit of my day and my stories, so keep a lookout. Or is it like, what do we do these days? Alright, I'm out. Love you guys.